I remember back in the day, Dashi Games, with one of his older videos, he used to constantly do like a tongue motion whenever he would start a let's play. It would just be the funniest shit. Dashi was, dude. I've been watching that guy since 2014. Actually, no, it might have been 2013. It's actually crazy. He's probably one of the few YouTubers I still like watching too. He's just a really funny guy. It's actually kind of hard to believe that the guy is pushing 40 now. Like, he's an old man, but he's a funny old man. I like his Let's Plays a lot. I hope he still gets views, honestly. I think he still gets views. He's just not as popular as he used to be. Like, 2015 was his fucking peak in terms of popularity. I feel. Oh, shit. Oh. Did you hear about Nick Ocado pulling off a successful version of Rolling and Trolling? Yeah, I've heard about that. Yeah, his weight loss has been insane. I will say, Nick Ocado avocado I will say, is one of like the biggest prime examples of why the fuck are people giving this guy popularity to begin with? You know what I mean? Yeah, like, he reminds me of Andrew Tate in a way, which is like, in the sense of like, this guy would have never even gotten a single view on his videos if morons on the internet didn't constantly like lights his popularity on fire just to make fun of him. You know, because this is a guy who was like, he was clearly doing all of that shit for attention, right? Like, that was literally the bit. Yeah, and it's fucking ridiculous. Rage bait is just insane to me. I will say, people on the internet, generally speaking, they give like popularity to things that like don't deserve popularity at all, right? Do you guys know that Haktua girl, right? Like, why the fuck did she become a meme? You know what I mean? And apparently she's like opening up her own podcast. And I'm just like, of all the people in the world to like gaslight in terms of like popularity, like this is just insane to me, right? Anti-SJW content is a definition of rage bait, like it's time wasting and dunking on them is draining. LOL. I mean, anti-SJW content is like dead now. Honestly, dude, I don't even it's funny, the term SJW itself is like dead. Like nobody even uses that term anymore. Like nowadays, like it's like they just use the term like woke or whatever. A lot of them are grifters though, yeah. I love these streams. Closest thing we're getting to an Ultimate Rant series revival. I appreciate that, Alec. Yeah, you guys really seem to like my live streams. I actually had one fan of mine. I'm not gonna mention who they are, but they messaged me on Discord, saying that he actually got one of his friends, like his real life friends, to watch some of my live streams, and he said his friend became like a fan. Not like a fan, but he told me his friend is really engaged with my live streams, like he really likes them. Which I thought was genuinely surprising. I'm just a guy who goes on a microphone and talks shit. Like, I'm so flattered by it, though. I like it a lot. Bro, I don't know either. That whole Hawk Tua thing reminds me of that one Cash Me Outside. How about that girl? The difference between the thing is, that meme was also fucking insane, but I don't remember her ever going on like podcasts or trying to make a podcast and people actually taking what she has to say seriously. You know what I mean? I just find the idea, like, it's just such a nonsense way for someone to get popular, you know? And it's like, I understand that that's kind of existed on the internet since its inception, but like, I feel like back then, like, if something became a meme, it had to have been at least somewhat funny, you know? Or like the guy who became a meme had like some talent, you know? Let me think of a fucking example. Like, trying to think of like an old ass meme. Like, you know that one Chocolate Rain guy? The guy made that song's a Chocolate Rain, like something like that. I mean, if you want to say the song sucks, I mean, that's one thing. But you can't deny, at least the guy, like, made a song and was singing it, right? Like, it makes sense why he became a meme. You know what I mean? Like, it's... Like, oh, you go out and give a question to a girl about a fucking blowjob, and she says, Hak Tua. Like, what? It's just absurd to me. Conservatives ruin the word woke. They don't even know the original definition of it, and they changed it up to define left wingers. Yeah, they've ruined the word woke. I can definitely see that. American conservatism is such a fucking joke ideology. Like, it's just such a fucking meme. I mean, I'm not saying this as like someone who thinks that like the Democrats or like American liberals are, you know, intelligent people either, because they're not. But like American conservatism has literally just become a parody of itself. Like it's actually just absurd how dead that ideology is. Not dead in terms of popularity, dead in terms of like uh really in terms of credibility. Uh let's read some more in the chat. Unfortunately, or same with that very demure shit. Unfortunately, the anti-woke is kind of alive with people like Nerdrotic, but I'm not wasting time listing others. I don't know who Nerdrotic is, so whatever. The Cash Me Outside girl literally became a rapper. She became a rapper. Yeah. I think there's a very big difference between becoming a rapper and actually making material that people listen to, and just talking about shit like I feel like I have more credibility to make a podcast than any of these fucking clownish influencers, because when I speak, you know, what you see, what you hear is what you fucking get, right? Now granted, I haven't had enough time to come on live streams because I've been busy with real life shit, but you know what you're gonna do. The Great Replacement. I love Chocolate Rain. That guy changed the music industry by making YouTube a viable platform for aspiring musicians. I mean, it was probably gonna happen anyways. Before then, it was just dorks with webcams lip syncing. Yep. Honestly, you know, Chocolate Rain probably did usher in like a new era of content, but I honestly think that like ERB, Epic Rap Battles, really like took that to like a whole nother level with their videos. Did you see that out of context clip of Donald Trump saying Israel hypnotized the world? What? You do have a point. Making a podcast is kind of the new thing a lot of talentless people do, and it's the most boring shit you've ever listened to. Yeah, that's what really aggravates the shit out of me, is that literally I've already mentioned to you guys who Mo Freedom Foundation is, and he has a podcast, and legitimately speaking, he's like the only like person like in terms of what's like the term for a podcast guy, podcaster. I don't fucking know. He's legitimately like the only. Now he doesn't do podcasts as like his main thing. That's like a side thing he does. But he's like the best podcaster I've listened to, because because the stuff he's talking about, number one, actually matters. Number two, he's an intelligent dude, and number three, you know, he just explains it in a very nice, clear, concise way. Like I feel like it honestly makes me feel like me going back, like it makes me feel like I'm in high school again, listening to my history teacher. But yeah, like every other podcast I've seen is literally just some fucking idiot going out there and spouting like moronic views, and it's either that or they're just so fucking boring like you can't listen to them. We honestly, I kind of wish internet blood sports was a thing again. Like, I would be okay with like internet blood sports podcasts being like a thing again, because like, let's be real here, drama is just fun to listen to. Like, let me show you what I mean when I say Mo Freedom Foundation makes really good podcasts. I listen to his podcast while I'm at work. They're really, really enjoyable. Okay. Um. Let me see if I can find one that could here's one I really like. McKinley, President McKinley, one of the American presidents, America's Forgotten Emperor. I remember watching this full podcast, listening to it while at work one time. It was really, really good. We'll listen to some of it, obviously, not all of it, but you'll get an idea of what I mean.
Certain people in the United States economy belongs to us. It gets to North America to we're gonna control the world for the benefit of the few rich people. It's actually quite explicable and quite understandable because the farmers were for it. The populists the populists, more or less, there's a lot of stuff that is very complicated that we're making too simple here. But the populists were an actual political party for a period towards the end of the 19th century. They generally represented the interests of farmers. It's generally recognized that they wanted a few things. They wanted railroad companies to be regulated. They wanted silver to be brought back into circulation in the United States. They wanted essentially they wanted the wealthy plutocrats, Wall Street. Probably the populace. No, it goes back as far as there's been a Wall Street, but the populace really put to the idea of demonizing Wall Street was very much something that was brought further to the fore by the populace in the 19th century. But what Williams argues, and argues exhaustively, and really puts together, is that at the same time, these populists, with their nominally somewhat more left-leaning concerns of regulating these abusive companies and cracking down on the banks or what have you, were also tremendously concerned with finding more international markets for their agricultural produce. And it's a case that he just makes over and over and over and over again. And Williams is most influential in strongly arguing that the impetus for U.S. empire, for this switch that McKinley made, really, was economic, and it was all business related. Before finishing this book this past weekend, I used to doubt his case more. This is a very persuasive book, mostly because it is 500 pages of quotes of people saying, we're farmers and we want those international markets. We're farmers. China belongs to us. It gets, and I'm not 100% convinced.
Would they have been competing with the likes of Argentina and stuff at the time, or who was their big competition and who was the big market they wanted to break into?
They were most worried about the British and the Russians for competition. The British, because they really did run the world at that point. One of the cases one of the great political speeches, one of the greatest political speeches in U.S. history that a lot of people learn about.
All right. That's enough of that podcast. But yeah, that's I don't want to play like a lot of it because, he tries to make money off of his stuff. And I don't want to be like stealing his content, but But yeah, like if podcasts were all like that, then they would be really good, but the vast majority of them are not. It's like it's just very, very childish shit. Yeah, where's the Hawk Tuo reference? Lame. Thoughts on the current state of Pokemon? Shane D, I say this with love, man, so please don't take this the wrong way, but I'm in my mid-20s. I don't give a fuck about Pokemon. Pokemon is one of those things where, like, where as a kid, you are, like, really invested in it, and then as you grow older, you just kind of realize it's whatever. I will say I have been playing a lot of, like, Gen 4, singles lately, because that I genuinely think Gen 4 singles is like a very fun like it's kind of like a card game in a way. Like I think it has a lot of enjoyment in that sense. But other than that, I couldn't give a fuck about Pokemon. I mean, most media made for kids. Yeah, pretty much. I think the last game that I played in the Pokemon series was Pokemon Sun and Moon, and that's only because I was like 17 when that game came out. So I was still like a kid. And then after Sun and Moon was Ultra Sun and Moon. I didn't have the money to buy that game. I bought Sun and Moon with my own money because I was working a part-time job at the time. And then after Ultra Sun and Moon, I think was Sword and Shield, right? And that came out in 2020, if I remember. And by that point, I was an old man. Not just that, but like Sword and Shield was such a glitchy, fucking broken mess that I was never gonna buy that game, no matter how much you try to pay me. And then I have no idea if Gen 9 is as abysmal, but Sword and Shield's really bad in that regard. But yeah, as a kid, I used to play a lot of Pokemon. Gen 3 and Gen 4 to this day are classics to me. Like, I'll be honest, there are occasionally sometimes when I'm, like, really bored where I would open up, like, Pokemon, like, Fire Red or, like, Pokemon Ruby and just make a playthrough of it. Honestly, though, the only way I would do that, though, is if I was unemployed, because Pokemon games take some time to beat. They're not, like, hard, they just take time. The last time I was unemployed was, like, in, like, December of last year. So, yeah. Actually, wait, no. That's a lie. I think it was in, like, October of last year. I don't fucking remember. It's been a while. Yeah. Courage the Cowardly Dog is really, really good. That was my really bad Courage impression, in case you couldn't tell. Alrighty then. Yeah, I remember you messaging me about that. Spy versus Spy. Sorry, fools. I'm just really hungry, okay? Give me a break. Probably gained like 40 pounds. So fat. What would I rather watch, Adventure Time or South Park? I really don't like both shows. I probably would rather watch South Park though, because Adventure Time is so nonsensical it makes me mad. And not nonsensical in a good way. Like, I mean, the writing is just abysmal. Whereas at least with South Park, they are trying to have like a coherent plot. And also, there were some episodes of South Park I didn't hate. I thought they were like, whatever. Even if the show itself is just kind of unfunny. Thoughts on the American imperialism? I've already talked about the American imperialism in like last live streams, but yeah, I don't like it at all. It's very, very disgusting and it pisses me off. The Cartman Land episode had no joke. Yeah, like that episode, like literally, what was the joke? Like the entire time it was literally just Cartman tries to troll his friends and that's what's funny. Like what? It's just not funny. There were some episodes though that I thought were fine. The episode where what's his fucking name? Kyle? It's Kyle, right? Where Kyle's little brother was being like molested by his teacher. And like Cartman became like the cop that brought her in. I thought that episode was pretty good. The episode, the world of, is it World at Warcraft or of? I don't know. It's been a while. But the World of Warcraft episode I liked too. Yeah. Is World of Warcraft even popular now? Or is it just more like one of those things that just has like a niche following? What's going on with my USB? Stop. What the fuck is like not being recognized? Oh, my mouse? Are you fucking kidding me? Yeah, I hear you. Shut up, computer. Ugh, fuck off. There you go. You good now? I need to buy a longer mouse. That's my issue. But the good news is, I forked over cash and got a wired connection. I bought a really long Ethernet cable to connect wired. So I'm really happy. No longer will I use my cruddy Wi-Fi. I actually have a secure network connection now, which is always superior. Ethernet is the fucking GOAT. A fun fact, the voice actor for Patrick Star played a white supremacist correctional officer a year before SpongeBob was created. That's funny. Was this like in a movie or something? It's probably a movie. He was also like the same guy who voiced that one guard from the Hunchback of Notre Dame that threw a tomato at Quasimodo. I think he was the one who threw the tomato. And like he sounds exactly like Patrick Star. Like the character itself is literally just Patrick in terms of the voice, which I think is just really funny how like 3 years before, or honestly more than 3 years, because SpongeBob, because the movie was still in production. That was kind of like the early signs of Patrick Starr's voice. I never seen the original Terminator. Guy who played J. Jonah Jameson was also in it. It's an HBO show? Oh, okay. So it's a TV show? Kind of like The Walking Dead or like Breaking Bad. Kind of insane how Breaking Bad is still like popular, even though that show has been like that show literally came out in 2008 and ended in 2013. Yet there are people who still talk about it. It's crazy. Never seen home movies. Cause it good? Yeah, it probably is. I just don't have the time to go around and watch TV shows. Also, some of the people who I'm like friends with have already spoiled the show for me, so it's not like I can really get the enjoyment watching it. Like I kind of know some of like the major plot points that happen, so doesn't matter. I'd say it's still worth it, but I get it. That's the thing. It's only really worth it if you like. That's the thing. I don't really think it's something that I can really get into now because it's like if I know what's gonna happen, then I don't really think I'm gonna get any like enjoyment out of it, you know? Because like it's a storytelling show, like it's a show, it's like an episodic show. It's not like, you know, you could just watch like one episode and get enjoyment from it. You kind of need a. It's a continuous narrative, right? But alas, it is what it is. Yeah, you're not the only one who felt like, who feels like it just got worse at playing video games. Speaking of which, you mentioned DSP, how your skills are like sub DSP level. I gotta say, the DSP like bandwagon, I never understood why it lasted as long as it did. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to like, I'm not white knighting DSP. Like, it makes sense why he became a troll, like a bandwagon for trolling and people making fun of him on the internet. But I also just don't understand why it lasted as long as it did. I mean, in some ways, like, apparently there are still people who make fun of him. It's like, I will say though, some of DSP's antics were so over the top and absurd that it was at least kind of funny. Well, the funny thing is, watching DSP is what helped me get better at video games. What's really funny, and I remember Silent Rob a few years ago made a video talking about this. He literally said that like the ironic thing about DSP and the people who hate him is that like in terms of like an actual life, one could argue that DSP has more of a life than any of these a lot of these like modern trolls who obsess over him, right? I don't know how the status of his Twitch stuff right now, but at least even just like a few years ago, even just like a few years ago, when he went on like a live stream on Twitch, he made like a crap ton of money off of that one live stream alone. He has a wife, which is another thing. He has a house. You know, I mean, yeah, the guy's a fucking clown, and he's obviously, you know, he's obviously a fucking idiot, but like, you'd be lying to yourself if you wouldn't at least acknowledge that he at least has like a lot of shit that some of these people making fun of him probably don't have. Again, I don't know how well his Twitch does now, but it wouldn't surprise me if he was still making a lot of money live streaming on Twitch. And that's the thing, like, I think he's also self-aware of the fact that there are some people who literally only watch him to try to troll him. So he's just like, okay, whatever, I just want money. I don't give a fuck. It's like these people make 6-hour videos. The Mr. Man. It's like these people make 6-hour videos. Why can't I read? Exposing this man being bad at video games. That's also loser behavior to me. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like this is how you don't play like compilation montages that first came out. They were like funny when they first came out because it was clearly just a bunch of people like making fun of this guy's like let's plays and poking fun at it, and it was just kind of like whatever. But like, and now like I don't understand the idea of making like a fucking like giant expose talking about why DSP sucks. Like okay, like who gives a fuck? I won't lie, the early ones are fucking funny. Yeah, This Is How You Don't Play videos, the early ones that came out during like the prime peak anti-DSP content in like 2014 and stuff were like gold. Like they were legitimately some of the funniest fucking videos I've seen on this website. Dude, my favorite ones were the GTA ones. This Is How You Don't Play, like GTA Vice City, San Andreas, like those shits were fucking hilarious. Yeah, him playing GTA San Andreas is amazing. You know what's really funny though? DSP, of all people, was one of like the only people who beat like that fucking train mission on like the second try, if I remember correctly. Like, he literally beat that, you know, Wrong Side of the Tracks, that Big Smoke, that really infamous Big Smoke mission. He beat that mission on his first or second try, when he first played San Andreas for, like, YouTube, and it was just hilarious to me. Like... I love how infamous that mission is, though. You guys know which mission I'm talking about, right? Like the train one, Wrong Side of the Tracks. The really funny thing is that mission is poorly designed. I'm not gonna deny it, but once you figure out how to do it, it's an easy mission. Like the secret to that mission is that you're supposed to stay like up front, at a specific distance away from the gang members on the train, so that Smoke can actually like... What people like fail to realize is that when you go near the train, Smoke will shoot, but the problem is if you're too close to the train, he'll shoot the actual train itself, and none of the bullets will be connecting to the gang members. You have to be like close enough to where he shoots them, but also far away enough to where it actually goes over the train and hits the guys. And if you just stay at that distance the entire time, eventually Smoke takes them all down. I remember I figured out how to beat that mission when I was like 14 or 15, because before I used to do like the quote unquote cheating way of doing it, which is like there's like a instance in the mission where you can ramp onto the train with the bike. So you just ramp onto the top of the train and you shoot them down yourself. That's what I used to do when I first played that mission, because I got stuck on it a few times. But then I figured out that the actual way you're supposed to do it, and then once you figure that out, it's an easy mission. I can understand why people find it very frustrating, though. Like, it's very, very specific. That level is AIDS, but the worst Rockstar level is Fatty Sumo video game abortion. Fuck that level in Bully. Bro, dude, you guys know this because I fucking live stream Bully. I love playing Bully. I love replaying that game and, like, occasionally every few years starting up a new Bully playthrough and just playing through the game. I love it. But I'm telling you, every single time I do that, I always regret the fact that, like, I eventually have to do that moronic fucking sumo mission. It is boring. It's not fun. It takes way too fucking long. If you fuck up, you have to do it all over again. And it can be pretty fucking obnoxious at times. It's not even necessarily difficult, it's just obnoxious. The really funny thing about people bitching about the train mission though is the train mission is like poorly designed, yes, but like if you actually play through the game, it's not even close to like the hardest mission in the entire game for me. Honestly, I think all of Zero's missions, you guys remember Zero, right? I think all of Zero's missions were much worse than that train mission. Isn't that the blind dude? No, that's Woozy. The blind dude is Woozy. Zero was that nerd. Literally, he was that like fucking nerd who had a rivalry with another nerd. Berkeley. It's not so much DSP sucked at the game. It's the fact that he gets so smug about it afterwards. Lamau, yeah, pretty much. That's why people had a issue with this stuff, with this content, because he instead of just like accepting the fact that he sucks at video games, he constantly tried to blame the game for him sucking. It's literally Orca the horror cow at this point. Her allegations and responses have been beyond vile at this point. I don't even know what allegations that person has, but literally every single time I see them pop into my chat, it's always something extremely fucking degenerate. So let me guess. Is she a pedophile? If so, shocker, I know. You probably don't remember the clip, but the funniest shit ever is when Phil was just randomly walking around and got shot out of nowhere in San Andreas. Okay, that's funny. Are there any modern Nintendo games that you enjoy? No. There's not really any modern video games that I like either. Yep, Lily Orchard is a horror cow. She committed incest and forced her sister to engage in it. What the fuck? So it's literally pedophilia and incest? Are you fucking kidding? Oh my dude. I'm trying to eat, bro. Like, what the like the fuck? Like you're only looking forward to GTA 6? Honestly, I don't even give a fuck about GTA 6. I mean, games are just so dead to me now. DSP played Bully? That's fucking hilarious. I mean, it probably does, but I'm not gonna spend money on like a gaming PC just to get it, you know? Because I'm never buying another console, ever. But I don't have a gaming PC to play games with, so. It's not even on PC. Well, then, guess I'm not playing it. The fact that it's not on PC is actually insane to me, though. Like, wasn't GTA 5 on PC? Like, what the fuck? Your brother has a PS5. Well, yeah. I mean, if you already have like the consoles in question, you can definitely get it. But if you're like me, who doesn't have a PC, or who doesn't have a PC, doesn't have an Xbox, doesn't have a fucking PlayStation, why would you ever buy an entire console to play a game that you just don't care that much about, you know? I feel like the general rule of thumb is that there needs to be at least 10 games right off the bat that you're willing to buy for that console if you're going to buy a new console. Which, again, kind of shows how obsolete consoles are. The solution is to buy a fucking PC. But if they're not gonna be releasing the game on PC, then yeah, that's a clear fucking hell no from me. Anyways, I finished my food, so let's actually now I can actually talk without interrupting myself wanting to eat. Sorry, guys. I'm hungry. Deal with it. Uh... But I thought about buying my own because he's always on it, so I don't know. I mean, yeah, go for it. Sorry to bring this up, but out of anything from your streams, the funniest to me was your reaction to the Vermelace Hazbin Hotel situation. That had me rolling on the floor. You know what, Shane D? You're not the only one who told me that. I actually got a couple messages from fans of mine on Discord that that said the same thing. They said they really liked my reaction to to finding out about that Vermelace shit. The Vermelace situation is like one of the only times where there's like internet drama or somebody doing something degenerate on the internet that actually made me laugh. Because I mean, it was still, like, let's be real here. It was still pedophilic because apparently the guy who made that music video is a 15-year-old. But ignoring that, it's not like a guy, it's not like a pedo scandal. It's literally just a guy who's a completely, is a massive fucking degenerate that should be laughed at and mocked and ridiculed. So it's funny. There's only like 2 PS5 games I want, Spider-Man 2 and the Dead Space remake. Makes sense. I really enjoyed the Spider-Man game on the PS4, so I can definitely see why you would enjoy the Spider-Man 2 game. Also maybe Gotham Knights. I'm guessing that's the Batman Arkham Knights of this generation. I could probably sell my PS4. I'm guessing you can play PS4 games on a PS5. I'm pretty sure you can. So, I mean, yeah, you could probably sell the PS4 for some money, and you know, you can definitely do the research and make sure that all of your PS4 games are backwards compatible, and if they are, then yeah, sell it and, you know, get your own PS5. Have you seen the Minecraft movie trailer? I have not. Nor do I care. I love Kevin's reaction to vile internet people is, ugh, what's new? But when it's something extremely absurd and goofy, he's all in. Yeah, exactly, because the Vermelace shit was actually funny. Like, that, I mean, it was funny. Like, let's not kid ourselves. Like, it wasn't like a guy going around doing something extremely scummy and evil. Again, I mean, the person who made the fucking music video is apparently 15 years old, so it's not like Vermelace is innocent in that regard. But that being said, him forking over $40K to make an animated music video of him getting raped by a Hazbin Hotel character is just funny. Like, that's just a funny thing. Yeah. I like how he did it a second time with that wolf chick from FNAF. Yeah, apparently he did do it a second time, too. Like, this guy's a fucking degenerate. He needs to be put into a fucking mental asylum. It's crazy. I thought the 15-year-old thing was a rumor. Could be wrong, though. I don't know. Was it a rumor? I mean, if it was a rumor and there's no evidence that the guy who made the video was 15, then hey, it makes it even more funny in that regard. Because at that point, it's like, there's literally, in terms of like him harming someone, he didn't harm anybody or to abuse anybody. He just did something extremely degenerate and moronic and stupid that you could just laugh at. It was 50K, not 40K. Okay. Vermelace had the best response ever. He literally just admitted, yeah, I did that shit. uh, what I still don't understand, and I remember saying this in my old live stream, uh, what I don't understand is why, like, why, like, there's no fucking way he couldn't have found an animator that would have made that video for cheaper. Like, there's no fucking way you're gonna tell me that you could have probably found an animator that would have done that exact same video for like $1,000, which is still extremely degenerate and insane. But like, 50K for that shit, like. You can buy multiple used cars for that amount. Yeah, exactly. You could just buy cars. Like it's insane. Anyways, let me go wash my hands. I finished eating. And I want to be able to type and use the mouse, so I'll be right back. Give me like 2 minutes. I'm back. Ugh, me and my fat ass, I'm back. Let's see here. Thoughts on YMS videos. Your Movie Sucks has made a couple videos I liked, but other than that, I don't really care about him. I could send 50K to the local dealer. I get it's his money, but like, really, bro? No, you're absolutely right in saying that. Anybody who spends that much money on such a wasteful and degenerate thing should absolutely be criticized. If you still have some interest in history, I highly recommend Theorisites and Sean Chick's live streams. Their political streams also, they have a ton of funny anecdotes and chemistry together. Maybe. Imagine if the video was 100K. They're both leftists that lean class reductionist. Okay. But yeah, I mean, it's just kind of crazy how it happened. Damn, for real? So he scammed people too? That's insane, bro. He like literally scammed people to make a fucking like insane porn video. Yeah, that's fucking insane, bro. Absolutely insane. I know I keep saying insane, but like literally speaking, I just don't understand what he thought, how he thought that was like a good idea. Is there any videos I can react to out of curiosity? Who? Blocko, I've never heard of that guy. Have you seen that recent video by ASK Air? I don't know who that is. Pexella Von Peter versus Bubba Dunk Funkin'. I'm surprised that a lot of people seem to know who Bubba Dunk Funkin' is. Kevin Spencer, a chain-smoking alcoholic psychopath or sociopath. Unintentionally disturbing YouTube videos. Like, why? How is his videos disturbing? Have you actually, like, whoever the person who made that list, have they ever actually seen Bubba Dunk Funkin' stuff like BDF Network? The guy literally just does nothing but rant about wrestling. Like, that's his entire channel. So this is how I figured out who Bubba Dunk Funkin' is. There's a guy on YouTube that I used to watch back in the day. His name was BDF Network. Um and he basically made a channel where he rants about wrestling. And one of the ways he did it was that he used a character, Bubba Dunk Funkin', as his like mascot while doing it.
This video contains a lot of strong language from my mouth, so if I was your parents, I wouldn't let my kids watch this video. Viewer discretion is advised. Yeah. Hello everyone, this is Bubba Duck Funkin' here. And guys, for helping me reach 3,000 subscribers, I'm gonna do something really special for you all today. Yeah, I know some of you said you wanted me to do the Ice Bucket Challenge, but here's the thing. Everyone is doing that.
Damn, the Ice Bucket Challenge? That's crazy. It's like, what? I remember watching this video back when I was in high school. It's insane.
All I will be doing is pouring ice over my head. That's it. So, instead of doing that, I'll be doing this instead. I'm going to expose John Cena as the little fucking bitch that he is. And I'm really going to expose him as the fucking cunt-ass bitch that he really is. And there's going to be no holding back. I know his phone number now, and I'm going to call his ass. Now, C-Nation, you don't need to watch this. This is going to be some very hardcore shit. So get the fuck off this video right now. John Cena fucking sucks. Alright, prepare to hear some truth about this asshole. It's time to expose this little fucker. Here we go. Let's put this bitch on speakerphone. Hello? Hey, is this John Cena? Yeah, this is John Cena, the poster boy of the WWE. Hey, motherfucker, this is Bubba Duck Funkin'. Oh, crap. Bubba, how did you get my number? I asked Nikki Bella to give it to me after I fucked her last night. No, how could she? Jezebel. That's right, bitch. She's one of my sluts. I was tapping that ass like... Also, she told me the truth about you. What did she say? She told me that Vince bitch paid her to act like your girlfriend just to cover up that the fact that you're fucking gay. No, I'm not gay. I'm John Cena. You can't see me. Shut the fuck up, you goddamn cancer to professional wrestling. You need to quit hiding in the closet and come out and tell the world that you're fucking gay. You need to scare a little bitch about it and be proud that you love cock and balls. I don't like cock and balls. It makes me fucking sick. But if you like them, then that's your choice. Shut up! I'm not gay! Anyway, I'm here to ask you a few questions. And if you're a psychopath...
dude, I'm sorry that... You have to watch his response to Pixilla Von Peter. Again, is that like a different channel or something? Ask Air is that guy who got backlash recently for that rant video he made about reboots having black characters. Are you serious? Is this guy like an anime fan? I could probably like make fun of his video.
A man and not a pussy, you will answer them. Fine then. Prepare to be put in your place, attitude era lover. Bitch, shut the fuck up. You're the one that's getting put in his fucking place. Now listen up. Here's the first question. Do you suck Vince McMahon's dick every day to stay on top of the WWE? How about we skip that question? You can't see me. Okay, that sounds like a yes to that question. Now hold on a second, buddy. I work hard every day. I'm John Cena. And you get on your knees every day and suck Vince McMahon's cock. How dare you talk about Mr. McMahon like that? Listen, pal, what me and Mr. McMahon do behind doors is none of your business. He loves me, and I sell more merchandise than all the WWE superstars on the entire roster.
I wonder if John Cena has ever seen this. Like, I'm genuinely curious.
And I'm not gay. I am good for business. No one outsells me in merchandise. Yeah, and that's because Vince McPussy puts all his eggs in one basket and pushes your no-talent ass all the time. There are way much better talent on the roster with way more charisma than you will ever have. And you bury them all with your fucking shovel. You're always getting shoved down our fucking throats, and real wrestling fans hate your fucking ass. No, that's not very nice, Bubba. I lost fair and square to Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam, remember? He beat me up bad. Sure, I cried like a little baby along with my C-Nation children, but you know what? I didn't bury him. So what do you got to say about that? Well, here's the thing, bitch. Brock Lesnar is not really part of the roster. He's a part-timer, and he's not one of the PG pussy stars that belongs in your company. Vince McBitch only brings him back every once in a while because he brings in a shit ton of ratings. Vince is desperate because deep down he knows his company fucking sucks, and the only way he's gonna make that extra money is to bring in a legit badass like Brock Lesnar. Vince is very lucky that some of the real wrestling fans started watching his show again. Oh, and I bet you fucking hated losing to Brock Lesnar too. I guess you didn't suck Vince McGaylord's cock hard enough for once, and the WWE sided with the real wrestling fans. But it won't last forever. Like I said, Vince is very fucking lucky that some of the real wrestling fans started watching this gay PG bullshit show again. Only because Brock Lesnar is there. But once Brock Lesnar leaves, Vince McFuckstain is gonna go back to having you being shoved down our fucking throats once again.
Vince McCunstain.
That's right. And another thing, honey, once I win the WWE Championship again, guess what? I will be a 16-time world champion. Not only am I going to surpass Ric Flair's title record, I'm going to shatter it. So there you go, ugly face. You're a fucking faggot-ass sorry excuse for a human being. So disrespectful to Ric Flair. Well, Bubba Man-Child baby, guess what? I have granted 400-something Make-A-Wishes throughout my life. So that makes me a worthy man of getting multiple championship wins. I don't care if you and the rest of the dumb Attitude Era fans don't like it. I work hard to get where I'm at.
I love how Bubba Dunk Funkin' and John Cena, quote unquote, literally sound the exact same. He's like, it's like an insane dude talking to himself in like the mirror or something. Pexilla is a troll who loves John Cena and hates the Attitude Era, so they got into a beef. I like how he's wearing a mask of Butterball from Hellraiser, playing GTA 3 right now, and I love how the cops don't care about Claude driving a tank.
I do Make-A-Wish, and I love the business. Heck, I'm the best wrestler in the business, and I'm a whole lot better than The Rock, Brock Lesnar, Daniel Bryan, and the list goes on and on. Bullshit. Listen, I am still a young talent, and I'm going to be around for a very long time. Like it or not, I will become a 100-time world champion, because I am the poster boy of the WWE. And there's not a darn thing you and the so-called real wrestling fans can do about it. Oh, and did I forget to mention that I do Make-A-Wish? How can you sit there and say all those bad things to me? Listen to me, you goddamn rainbow horse dick sucking motherfucker. I don't have a problem with Make-A-Wish. I think it's a wonderful thing that people do. It's very awesome that little kids get to see their fucking phony ass retarded hero in person. But the way you do it, it's sickening. What do you mean? What I mean is that you're going to those places and granting those kids' wishes with a goddamn WWE camera behind you. If you really love doing charity and Make-A-Wish from the bottom of your heart, then you would do it without trying to make yourself look like Jesus Christ on TV and keep the fucking cameras away. Well, we do that so that the world can see just how great I am. Okay, answer this question, you sack of horse shit. Would you be willing to grant a child's wish without being paid and without the WWE cameras recording you while you do it? There are many celebrities in the world that do charity and Make-A-Wish, and they don't have a fucking camera in their face when they do it, so why can't you do the same? Now listen here. The WWE is doing a great thing by recording me granting those kids' wishes. I am a good person. I work hard. I show up to work every day, and I put a lot of effort into the things I do. You're just a hater of mine. Well, guess what? I rise above hate. A lonely budget mustard. Shout out to my boy, Bob Peter. He loves me hard. Are you fucking retarded, dude? Are you like 9 years old? No, but the fans that watch me are 9 years old. That's why I rise above the hate, and that's why my fans love me. Your fans are a bunch of little kids that have brains that are not fully developed yet. Once they're older and mature, they're going to know just how much you suck and that you're full of shit. You also have a few adult fans out there that aren't right in the head, and they support your phony ass too. But not just them, and a bunch of horny teenage boys. You have a few girl fans that like you too, but not many, mostly boys. So I guess every fan of yours are 9 years old.
It's just kind of insane to me, like, the stuff that you can get away with saying, the stuff you can get away saying back in the day. Like, this video is 10 years old because it came out in 2014, and it's just, like, half of the stuff that this guy said in this, like, joke rant video would just not be allowed today. Like, you just wouldn't be able to say it without getting canceled. It's kind of crazy, honestly. The internet was such a different beast back in like the early 2010s, honestly. John Cena's Mr. Beast.
them, right? Oh, and as for you showing up to work every day, a lot of people in the world do that. If they didn't show up to work every day, their boss would fire their ass. Just because you work hard and show up to work every day doesn't make you better than everyone else. We don't give a fuck how hard you work, how much you show up to your job every day, or how much you love the business. That's not gonna change how the real wrestling fans feel about you. Just quit being shoved down our fucking throats, you fucking fake ass piece of shit. Or rapper, or marine, or where the fuck you're supposed to be. You're so mean. I am a good person. Oh yeah, you're such a good person. That's why you ruined Mickey James's marriage, you cheated on your wife with a male porn star, and you bully other talent. Yeah, you're such a good person and a role model to all the kids.
Did he actually cheat on his wife with a male porn star? Did he? Or is that... that has to be a joke. Yeah, or demonetized, yeah.
Shut up. You don't know what it's like to be me. I am the best thing for the WWE. I work hard to get where I'm at. You know what, pussyface? Since you love the business so much, why don't you turn heel? Hell, that would be a very good thing for you to do right now in your career. You turning heel would be very good for business. I bet it would be a larger deal than when Hulk Hogan first turned heel, because you've been a fucking gay-ass babyface for the past 10,000 years. So how about it, fucker? Turn heel already.
And honestly, in retrospect, I feel like a Cena heel turn would have been like a really bad idea.
What the fuck, man? Well, that's never gonna happen, baby cakes. If I turn...
No, he didn't? Okay. I know that the whole Mickey James thing is true, but that's why I was like confused.
Heel, it would break my heart for my fans to see me like that. All the kids love me. I will never turn my back on them. Oh, so what you're saying is, turning heel is going to make you a bad guy in real life? Yes, it would. My C-Nation kids would cry, and I would never be able to forgive myself. So you and your adult fans, you love me or hate me, I'm in this business because I love it. I do what I do every day to put smiles on all those children's faces. For the hard work I put in the WWE, all the fans should love me. That goes for the kids and the adults. You know what? Fuck you! How the fuck do you expect the adult fans to love you when you don't even give them a reason to? All you do is go out there and talk like a fucking retard. You cut shitty-ass childish promos, you act like a fucking 9-year-old yourself, you can't fucking wrestle, and you make the show look like a big pile of pussy shit. So how do you expect everyone to love you? Well, I work hard and do Make-A-Wish. I am the best thing going on in the WWE. Shut your goddamn mouth. The adult fans are not going to love you because we can see right through your gay bullshit. Now back to what I was saying about you turning heel. Listen to me very carefully, stupid ass. Wrestling is fake. Turning heel is not going to make you a bad guy in real life, you fucking idiot. I know I've said this before, but when the fans booed The Rock when he was a babyface, he turned heel. And when Hulk Hogan got booed when he was a babyface, guess what? He turned heel. So what's your excuse? Well, I sell the most merchandise to the kids. They love me, and Mr. McMahon pays me. I love the business. I do Make-A-Wish, I work hard, I show up to work every day. So love me or hate me, I do what I do because I love this business.
2010's YouTube was different indeed. Comedy Shorts Gamer literally had an intro where an animated version of himself chloroforms a girl and drags her body away when she ignores him. This ain't a joke. Yeah, it's crazy. Like, there's just some stuff, like, literally this video would just not be allowed today. Like, if you uploaded a video like that, the amount of people who would, like, have an issue with the stuff that this guy is saying is insane. But you can get away with it in, like, 2010s, early 2010s, 2000s YouTube. And, like, nobody would care.
And another thing, I am the poster boy of the WWE. I will always be on top because I am the best in the world. So you can't see me. What? Do you think you're immortal and can't die? Do you honestly think you're going to be the poster boy of the WWE for all eternity? That is correct, Brother Potato Kid. I will always be the poster boy of the WWE. I am immortal. So if something bad happens to my body, then the WWE will put my brain into a robot, and I will keep going strong. Okay, you're definitely a fucking psycho. Take your goddamn meds and lock yourself into the padded room. Oh, and be sure to have the doctors put a straitjacket on you. You're such a meanie, Bubba. Okay, anyway, I am so sick of you. The real wrestling fans are sick of you. All you do is the same old shit. You can't see me. It goes on and on like a fucking broken record. We're all sick of your baby PG superhero bullshit. Get the fuck out of the WWE, please. Well, since you asked me so nicely, no. You fucking big jaw deformed motherfucker. You know you're the number one reason why the WWE fucking sucks now. You're a fucking goddamn PG cancer. And most of the real wrestling fans quit watching because of your fucking stupid phony ass. Also, you can't even get a positive crowd reaction. You get these high-pitched cheers from the fucking PG kids. But then you get a shitload of boos from the fans that fucking hate your stupid ass. Let's go, Cena. Cena sucks. What kind of a babyface that's supposed to be the main poster boy of the company is that? The good guys are supposed to get mostly cheers from the audience, not a bunch of high-pitched cheers from the kids and a shitload of boos from everyone else. What the fuck? Well, the WWE is a family-friendly show. It's not the Attitude Era anymore. That era is when wrestling sucked. Those fans that boo me actually love me. Heck, they even buy my Cena Sucks t-shirts from our company, just so they can say I suck. By the way, thanks for your money, guys. As long as I get a reaction, then I must be doing something right. Fuck you, slut. You can't do anything right. You turn everything you touch to shit. Just like you did to one of my favorite cereals, Fruity Pebbles. Motherfucker, I love that cereal, and you fucking ruined it. You know what, boy? Why can't you just...
Did you hear about Hulk Hogan being an obvious Trump supporter? I mean, yeah. Hulk Hogan being a Trump supporter was just kind of obvious. Did these wrestling fans genuinely hate John Cena this much? Yeah, pretty much. Back in the day, wrestling fans really hated John Cena. But the really funny thing is that a lot of like these old school wrestling fan types don't even hate Cena that much anymore. Yeah, this guy made a video. They made a video kind of defending Cena in a way, because a lot of them, and honestly I kind of agree with this, a lot of them don't like Cena, yes, but they still think that Cena is much better than like current wrestling, which is literally just a bunch of like indie jobbers doing flips and kicks without any character or charisma.
Let go of the past and accept the power of PG. It's the real way to be. If you can't accept the power of PG, then you don't need to be watching our show. You shouldn't bash it either. As a matter of fact, if you don't like the WWE, then why do you watch it? I don't fucking watch it, cunt. You helped destroy the show that I grew up watching and made it gay. And I love bashing the shit out of it. I only read stuff and watch cool clips of that shit on YouTube. I don't sit there and watch it every Monday and support it like a fucking sheep. Only if a big Attitude Era guy returns, or when Brock Lesnar shows up, is when I tune in to actually watch it. And that's very fucking rare. You fucking bastard. I will never forgive you for the damage you caused to the business. And I will say whatever the fuck I want about it. Vince McShitpanties gave me a show that I fell in love with as a kid. And then you came in and took that show away from me and turned it into a complete gay pile of PG horseshit. But not just me. Millions of real wrestling fans that grew up watching the show got screwed over because of you. And another thing, your fucking fucking gay-ass spinner belt. That piece of shit made the championship meaningless. It took them forever to change it into something else, but the damage has already been done and no one gives a fuck anymore. Motherfucker, you destroyed the WWE and now it fucking sucks. So yeah, I'm gonna keep bashing your show because I spent way too many hours watching it and spending a shitload of my hard-earned money supporting it. And that was in the past when wrestling was good. Stop it, please. You're about to make me cry. I worked so hard. You should love me. You're a big bully, Bubba. Plus, you curse way too much in your videos. What the heck is wrong with you? Fuck you, you pussy. Your wrestling and acting is so shitty that you even make God cuss.
What? Vince McShit Panties has unfortunately aged too well for a nickname. Yeah. Considering all the allegations with Vince McMahon.
I feel like I'm talking to a fucking retard. Your face is that word. Oh my god. Now you listen to me, Bubba, and you listen good. You can bash me, you can bash the show that I took away from you. Heck, you can even kick my butt on a video game. But if you were right here in front of me in real life, I guarantee you that you would be taught a lesson. No, if I was in front of you in real life, I would beat the living goddamn fucking bullshit out of your PG cunt ass and make you my bitch. You're a piece of fucking shit. Get the hell out of the WWE and let it be restored to its former glory. No, I love the business. You can't see me. You're just an attitude fan that's stuck in the past. Well, guess what, you dumb real wrestling fan? You can relive those stupid days by ordering the WWE Network. And heck, you can order it right now for only just $9.99. Oh, fuck you, bitch, and fuck your WWE Network. You can take it and shove it up your fucking PG motherfucking cunt ass, you motherfucker. Hey, watch your mouth. My teenage children may be watching this. Well, if they are watching this, then fuck them too. Their parents aren't very smart for letting them watch this video in the first place.
Dude, like I said, this is like the type of stuff you can only get away, like, you just cannot get away with saying stuff like this now. Like, this is literally, like, such a relic of its past. It's crazy.
That doesn't do me. I've heard enough of you. You want some? Come get some. Looks like you got a guest at your door, you fucking PG bitch. Hang on, Andrew Lover. I'll be back to deal with you. Yeah, this is John Cena. What are you doing? Oh, please, God, no! You want to talk shit behind a phone, motherfucker? You're talking shit to me in front of my face. Please don't hurt me. Now listen, you PG fucktard. Repeat everything I'm about to say. Okay, anything you want. Just don't hurt me anymore. Shut the fuck up. Now repeat after me. I love sucking Vince McMahon's cock. No, anything but that. I can't say that. Okay. I love sucking Mr. McMahon's cock. Attitude is better than PG. No, please, anything but that. Okay. Attitude is better than PG. Now tell everyone that you're fucking gay. I'm gay. Now say I'm a cancer to pro wrestling. I'm a cancer to pro wrestling. Hey, wait a minute. What the fuck? Why do you have a naked picture of Randy Orton on your wall? Because he works hard? You fucking goddamn piece of shit! So there you go, everyone. John Cena has been exposed like a fucking bitch. Well, I hope you all enjoyed it, because I sure did. Fuck John Cena. Fucking PG cancer. Now then, give this video a thumbs up, leave your feedback, and fucking subscribe.
I can't believe I actually sat through and watched this nonsense.
Hey, Bubba Duck fucking, and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye, bitches. Yeah. Fucker, John Cena's a bitch.
His hat came off. Oh my god, that made me laugh a lot more than it should have. Okay, there's that Ask Air guy, right? Let's look him up. And then that'll be the last thing I'll do before I go to sleep.
And why is these sort of...
Is this the video right here? Is it this one right here? Modern cartoon reboots are unfaithful trash. Wait, that was 20 minutes? Yeah, exactly. It was literally 20 minutes of nonsense.
As I'm in the midst of applying for...
Ugh, I don't care about your fucking Grammarly bullshit. Let me just watch this video. Alright, Ask AR. God, this is kind of nostalgic in a way, guys. Guys, I'm actually responding to a guy on YouTube. Isn't that kind of crazy? Let me go get my phone so I can see the chat while responding to this. I'll be right back. Alright, I got my phone. That way I can actually look at the chat while responding to this guy. Guess this guy is a cartoon reviewer, which actually brings me some nostalgia. Hopefully this video isn't boring, though. Alright. Alright, let's do it.
I was scrolling mindlessly through my phone as one does, and I came across this monstrosity, the Fairly Odd Parents.
Ah, shit, I forgot to turn on the video. My bad.
So the other day I had an epiphany. I was scrolling mindlessly through my phone.
Bro, this avatar is actually horrible. Like, I'm sorry. This is like a really... Like, I'm not exaggerating when I say that fucking Bendalooney's avatar is probably better than this.
As one does, and I came across this monstrosity, the Fairly Odd Parents reboot, and it was just as bad as I expected it to be.
Look how they massacred my boy.
Mindless drivel plot lines, flashy art style, and an overt unfaithfulness to the source material. And I realized, these phenomena are not unique to the Fairly Odd Parents. These symptoms carry on to many remakes and reboots that have sprouted from Hollywood in the last few years, whether it's animated or live action, movie or TV show. And if this were just a one-off thing in media, I probably wouldn't be making this video. But this is a repeated cancer that is spreading to more and more properties, and is only destructive in nature. And so I gotta take the mantle and expose just what makes these properties so inherently bad. Let's go.
It's really funny because from what everyone told me, the Fairly Odd Parents reboot is better than the original show. I of course have not seen it because I don't want to see it, nor do I care about seeing it. But I literally I've literally seen nothing but like praise for the cartoon. Let me lower the volume.
It was originally the Fairly Oddparents trash reboot number 1 that inspired me to make this video, but now they went and made another one. And when it's animated, that's where I draw the line. I'm old enough to remember back in Yale 2016 when everyone was trashing the new reboot at the time, Teen Titans Go. And it was
Oh my
before
God.
the Ben 10 reboot.
Dude, I still can't get over how so many people complain about the Teen Titans Go. Shit, that was just obnoxious. Also, why the fuck is his avatar changing styles? Have some consistency, bro. I agree. Funny thing is that the new Fairly OddParents show protagonist is a completely different character. Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. A lot of people say the show is much better than the original. So yeah.
Rise of TMNT, the list goes on. No one really respects reboots as an inherent property, especially in the manner that they're handled in our modern era. It's almost a safe opinion these days to say, ooh, Hollywood unoriginal, Hollywood bad. But when you take a deeper look at it, you realize it's not just about the unoriginality. These Disney reboots do more than just rip off the original for monetary gain. No. They actively disrespect the source material while they do it. They have to warp the brand to their liking, whether it's for monetary, social, or storytelling purposes, if you really want to give them that credit. This Teen Titans Go syndrome has only gotten worse nowadays, because instead of just telling unfunny stories, modern reboots, especially in the animated realm, aim to purposely disrespect the original vision. Starting off with the fact that the original creators don't want this kind of stuff, almost ever. We've all heard of how Steven Hillenburg never really wanted a reboot of SpongeBob, but ever since his late passing, Nick has capitalized on 2 already, with both thankfully pulling in little to no ratings. When a reboot is properly wanted by the creators, it usually does quite well, and actually delivers true to the vision. But when it doesn't, it's just a floundering attempt to show what was good and unique and cash in on someone else's creation. Let's give it bright, saturated animation to the point where kids get a corneal ulcer. Why not? Kids like colors, right? I feel like everything I'm saying only relates to reboots post-2010, because prior to that, most reiterations weren't like this. Most were better than the originals, and actually kept gritty tones with cool brooding art styles.
I really like how he's referencing Ben 10 here when, like, Ben 10... Also, Ben 10 Alien Force and, like, Ultimate Alien, they weren't really reboots, right? Weren't they most... Like, they weren't really reboots. They were more so, like, spin-offs, right? Like, I know that sounds like I'm nitpicking, but I feel like there's a very big difference between, like, a show being a sequel of another show versus a show being like a complete, like, starting over and making your own cartoon kind of thing, right? Like, does that make sense? Only the 2016 one was a reboot. Yeah, exactly. Like, I feel like making this kind of comparison is just kind of, like, bad. Also, the point I was gonna make was that the original point I was gonna make before I went down that little rant was it's funny how he's using Ben 10 as an example of, like, good reboots when, like, Ben 10 as a series has always been kind of shit. And the only good cartoon, if I can even call it good, the only tolerable Ben 10 cartoon, in my opinion, was the original one. Like, the one that came out in 2005. That was probably, like, where the series actually peaked in terms of quality, and even then, it's not really that good. So...
Now it's just a rainbow contest to see which show is brighter than the rest. Maybe that'll keep the kiddies in their seats a little longer. Let's make all the characters flanderized and dumb while we're at it. Kids can connect to dumb people more, right? It also gives us a cheap way of actually creating humor.
Using the word flanderized.
Stupid people are funny. These modern reboots just go back to square one while ignoring all the story arcs that preceded them, with a cheap-looking animation style and much...
Well, yeah, they ignore all the story arcs for a reason. They're literally... It's a reboot. They're starting over. Like, yeah, this goes back to my earlier point. Like, you can't compare, like, a spin-off continuation show versus a reboot show because they have different purposes. So, honestly, what I was saying earlier isn't even a fucking nitpick because he's complaining about how these modern reboots don't reference the source material at all when they're not trying to do that. They're trying to tell their own stories. Like, that's the point of a reboot, right?
And they expect folks to be all on board and excited when they announce one. Don't forget the force memes and trends, discussing imagery and weird detailed faces. They'll often dish the grand arcs and storylines for a slice-of-life episodic show, bereft of any substance or long-term stakes. And look, I've made a whole different video explaining...
Also, is he really complaining about slice of life? Slice of life cartoons could honestly be like much better than like a lot of cartoons where there's like a lot of stuff going on. I mean, chat, is it a stretch to say that Beavis and Butthead is like a slice of life cartoon? Is that like a stretch? Because I would classify it as slice of life in a way. Yeah, like I don't understand this like point. Like, just because a reboot of a cartoon decides to be more slice of life-ish versus its original purpose, I don't really see that as an issue. Yeah. Also, shouldn't you be praising that because they're trying something new? Like, isn't that literally the point of a reboot?
Explaining how being more mature or focused on story doesn't necessarily make a show better. That video gets
Wait, what did he say?
They expect folks to be all on board and excited when they announce one. Don't forget the force memes and trends, discussing imagery and weird detailed faces. They'll often dish the grand arcs and storylines for a slice-of-life episodic show, bereft of any substance or long-term stakes. And look, I've made a whole different video explaining how being more mature or focused on story doesn't necessarily make a show better.
I do agree with that, though. That's a point I actually do agree with significantly. A cartoon taking itself seriously and trying to be mature doesn't mean that it's gonna be good. In fact, I would argue that most of them are pretty bad. So, yeah.
That video gives a lot more nuance than I'm frankly giving here. But listen, part of a reboot is a fan service that you never really have to deliver to the original fans of the old property. You can't just say you're delivering something new for the current generation while abandoning the people who made your franchise what it is by watching all those years ago. Don't ruin our childhoods for your own creative laziness.
Ruin our childhoods. Like, what the fuck, dude? Dude, your childhood has not been ruined. Your childhood already happened. You're good, okay? Like, your childhood is fine, okay? Them making a shitty reboot should not affect your childhood at all, okay? It's happened, it's in the past, and I guarantee you, the only reason why you think it's so peachy and beautiful is because of blind nostalgia. Like, that's not even me saying that to be mean. Like, that's literally like something the human body does, is make nostalgia for like old things that you experience. Like, and I'm probably not even the only one who has experienced this, but chat, I myself am literally getting nostalgia for the fucking COVID days, okay? Like, and I can't be the only one who actually has some amount of nostalgia for like the COVID days, because you know what? As shitty as the pandemic was, it was at least kind of interesting. It was at least kind of an interesting little era of my life. It was something I never thought I would have to experience. Doesn't mean it was a good era. Okay? You feeling nostalgic for something doesn't mean that you should complain about modern media, because that's just not a healthy mindset to go with. It really isn't.
Ask why? Not to mention how they unnecessarily have to all of a sudden change everything about the show. I mean, no one wants to talk about it.
Well, again, what Lunatics Unleashed... Now, Lunatics Unleashed sucked. Like, I don't think anybody would deny that, but like, the point of that cartoon was literally they were trying to make something much different than the original source material. They were trying to take the characters, the Looney Tunes characters, and make them into like superheroes, okay? Yes, the show sucked and the idea was stupid, but they're trying to do something different. Like, that's the point of a fucking reboot. we were at near rebellion in 2021. Nah, we were never close to a rebellion. Don't fall for those Civil War memes, bro. America is definitely politically divided at the moment, but it's not that politically divided. Okay, come on. And even if it was the institutions, especially the economic institutions within America, are so secure and so structurally sound and filled with tons of litigation that the idea of any actual rebellion taking place is just something that just is not going to happen in my lifetime. Yeah, I mean, there's just no way any form of like a rebellion or a civil war or anything like that will happen. And also just there comes the point where there's also just a very basic point that the vast majority of the American population do not want to see a civil war take place or a rebellion or whatever. Now one might make the argument that many revolutions in history were done by well-organized radicals, even though pretty much every normie didn't want a revolution or anything violent to occur. Problem is, in those societies were typically societies where like 95% of the population suffered and 5% of the society are like elites. America now just isn't like that, okay? It's not a 5-95, it's more like a 25-75. And an extra 20% are probably in the ballpark of almost reaching that 25. You know what I mean?
Have to all of a sudden change everything about the show. I mean, no one wants to talk about it, but the current bandwagon is the whole race swapping thing they'll have to do with animated characters.
Ah, here we go. Here we go.
To mention how they unnecessarily have to all of a sudden change everything about the show. I mean, no one wants to talk about it, but the current bandwagon is the whole race swapping thing they'll have to do with animated characters.
Here we go. Here we go. This is where a lot of people apparently got mad, at least from what the people in the chat are saying.
O'Neill, Timmy Turner, Velma, etc.
Wait, that's Timmy? Wait, hold up. I thought... Wait, is that a boy? I thought that character was a girl. I thought the premise of the reboot was that Cosmo and Wanda got assigned to a new child, right? Like, isn't that the premise of the show? Like, did they really just say this is like Tina Turner now or something? Like, it's not Timmy Lamau, it's a new character. Wait, that's a new character? Then why the fuck is this guy bitching? Like, it's a new character. What the fuck? Like, what? I mean, you're literally, like, this guy is literally just upset that, like, a new character that was introduced is black. Like, what, like, the fuck? Lamau, Tina Turner. I mean, I was genuinely confused. Like, was this... Because, again, I don't pay attention to this shit, guys. I have a fucking life. Like, I didn't know... That's why I was confused. I was like, wait, I thought this fucking character was like a brand new character. But yeah, like why is this guy complaining then? Like, this is literally a new character. If they're gonna make her black, then she's black. She's literally like a new character. You know? Like, let me like, I guess, give you guys my thoughts on like the whole race swapping thing. Just so I can like at least give my opinion on it. Personally, like, speaking, if there is a character that is like traditionally seen as like white and there's like another character that's traditionally seen as black, it's probably a better idea to just keep the races as is. Mainly because that's just how the characters were always conceived as. But I also feel like if the race of the character literally does not matter, then it shouldn't really matter, right? Like, here's what I'll say. When Hollywood makes like a movie about like the King of England or something, and they portray like the King of England as being like black, okay, like that's just absurd. Like that's just not historically accurate at all. But if they're making like a movie about like King Kong or whatever, and they needed like the woman who gets kidnapped by King Kong, they decide to make her black, then I mean that's just whatever, right? Like that's not really anything that I would find issues with, you know what I mean? Like, does that make sense, or am I just spouting shit? Timmy's a race traitor. Uh, I'm sorry, but I physically can't retain attention to anything cartoon related. Discussion about race swapping always makes me think I need to find a job or a girlfriend. Didn't they do this with the Wizard of Oz in the 1970s? This isn't exactly a new thing. Yeah, exactly. Like, I feel like it depends on the context at times, but like if it's switching the race of a character that literally the character could be white, black, Asian, whatever, and the story still works, I literally don't give a shit. I just don't care. But if it's like, but again, I always go back to that King of England example. If you're making like a movie about the King of England and it's like supposed to be like a historically accurate movie, and you decide to make that king black, like yeah, that I think is absurd. Like come on, right? But again, I feel like that's way different than like than whatever this shit is, right? The stuff that I'm showing on the screen.
And there's the whole voice actress thing. Remember when Hank Azaria was shamelessly ousted from playing Apu in The Simpsons because he wasn't the race of the character? Because I do. It's almost like actors are supposed to portray things that they're not. Here's another shocker. This guy is actually not an anthropomorphic sponge. I mean, it's not just Azaria. This happened to Mike Henry, too, for playing Cleveland Brown. Allison Brie literally...
Well, I'm pretty sure the whole Apu thing was literally just because there was that one Indian Simpsons fan who made a giant controversy about it, and therefore they had to what's the word, scrap Apu, and he couldn't voice the character anymore. Sorry, I'm just chatting with some guy on Discord. What are people saying in the chat? Didn't the voice actor for Cleveland decide to step down himself? It wasn't even the show's decision, lol. I mean, yeah, exactly. Oh shit, you're watching the Ask AR vid? Yeah, somebody in the chat recommended I should respond to it. So it's like me giving me giving like a criticism as well. It reminds me of basically old Mega Dupe, where I would constantly complain about cartoon reviewers. It was because someone made a whole documentary about why Apu was problematic, which at that point, why not make a documentary about the depiction of Indian Americans in media? Why just one character? Yeah, exactly. That's really true. I used to be friends with that guy, but lost touch. Might have been for the better. Yeah, that's really funny. All right, let's continue watching this.
Apologize for playing Diane from BoJack because the character was Vietnamese. Oh, so if
Also, the voice. I mean, yeah, that is kind of stupid, but the voice actors, like, they have every right to do that. You know that, right? Like, if they're gonna go ahead and complain about them taking the role of like a character they don't match the race of, I mean, that's their fucking business. Now, do I agree with them? No. If I was to talk with these voice actors, I probably would be like, you don't have to be ashamed. You're just voicing a character. But like this is not something to get like upset or angry over. It's just not. It's just like, why? Who gives a fuck?
Vietnamese person has to voice that character and she feels so sorry about it. Will she donate all the money she made on that show to Vietnamese charities? Or no, is it just about
what? Because she regretted voicing a character in a show, she has to now give away all of her money to some random Vietnamese charity. That's just brain dead. Like I'm trying really hard not to be like mean, because guys, this is new Mega Dupe, okay? This isn't old Mega Dupe. Like, I don't have time trolling or making fun of morons on the internet anymore. It's just something I'm not interested in doing. But like, this is literally just nonsense, bro. Like, who gives a fuck? Sorry, I'm just chatting with someone on Discord. Give me one sec. Let me finish this. All right, let's continue responding to this video. I'll try not to go on Discord too much. It's Megadupe Relaxed. I missed the old Megadupe straight from the Soul Megadupe. No, go back to the old Megadupe just this once. Guys, listen. I genuinely don't know how to go back to the old Megadupe. Like, I can insult the guy every fucking 4 seconds, but I think that spark is gone. Like, let's be real here, guys. We'll just be kind of cringy.
False outrage for a non-issue no one genuinely cares about. When everything is racial, that's the only thing I can see when watching. I never saw Blade as a black character.
He's still complaining about the race thing. Like, bro, shut the fuck up. Like,
For Cyborg or Gerald or Static Shock, a lot of my favorite characters are people with various ethnicities and racial tones. The black.
Wait. Wait. I actually want to go through that list of characters he like pointed out because this is just funny to me.
Don't you know the money she made on that show to Vietnamese charities? Shock. A lot of my favorite characters are people.
Okay, so
I never saw Blade as a black character.
like this has to be mentioned.
For Cyborg or Gerald or Static Shock, a lot of my favorite characters.
Okay, so Ben. Fuck.
I never saw Blade as a black character. For Cyborg or Gerald or Static Shock.
Okay.
A lot of my.
So you have Ben, who is white. Like, he's literally like a white dude. Not that there's anything wrong with it. I'm just saying that how the fuck can you use him as an example of like a quote unquote diverse character when he's literally just white?
My favorite character.
Again, another white dude. Okay, I don't know who this character is, but he's white. Cyborg, okay, Cyborg is black. I'll give you that. Mr. Krabs. Why is Mr. Krabs even on this shit? Mr. Krabs is... Dude, this reminds me so much of that Harry on a Hook moron where she tried to claim that Sandy was representative of like a person of color when she's a fucking squirrel. You know, it's like you can't be applying. Why do a lot of these shitty cartoon reviewers try to apply race and ethnicity to SpongeBob character? Like what is this, dude? This is such clownish behavior. Like, what the fuck?
Ethnicity.
Sheen is Hispanic. I'll give you that.
Racial tone.
I don't know what race this character is. So I don't. Chat. Does anybody know who this character is and what race is she supposed to be? I want to say she's white, but it wouldn't surprise me if she was, because she looks kind of Asian. It wouldn't surprise me if she was like Asian.
The black female.
Okay, wait. 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 I caught that one. She actually is Asian? Okay, I'll give you that then.
A lot of my favorite characters.
Okay, I'm gonna slow this down because I caught this and it has to be mentioned.
People of various ethnicities and racial.
Okay.
Oh.
Uncle Ruckus. He like flashed a picture of Uncle Ruckus on the screen quickly and was like, "Yeah, guys, this is a diverse character I really like, guys, you know?" Okay, that's funny. That's genuinely funny to me. Ruckus is literally white. What a dumbass. Uncle Ruckus is white. He has revitiligo. Oh my god, that dude, that is genuinely funny. Like, that is...
The black female
Okay, so now we're back to Tina Turner over here. I don't know what her name is. I'm just gonna call her Tina Turner from now on, okay?
Gerald is Static Shock. A lot of my favorite characters are people of various ethnicities and racial tones. The black
Yeah, and you like flashed Uncle Ruckus there, like... What? He like flashed Uncle Ruckus quickly. Was that supposed to be like a joke? There's no way this guy is that fucking delusional. Like, that might have been a joke. Even if it was a joke, it wasn't really like obvious. So you can't really fault me for that. Anyways, what is this guy saying again?
Or Gerald is Static Shock. A lot of my favorite characters are people of various ethnicities and racial tones. The black female Timmy Turner is clearly just a cheap attempt to reboot this property without any other significant pitches for change. I mean,
Again, this guy is literally just complaining about the fact that Tina Turner over here is black. Like, she's just a black girl and the thing is, it's not even supposed to be Timmy. Like, this guy literally confused me earlier when he was like, this is Timmy Turner. I'm like, wait, that's supposed to be Timmy? Because it's not Timmy. It's a different fucking character altogether. She is a brand new character. Cosmo and Wanda was assigned to her. That's okay. Like, what the fuck is the problem, you fucking idiot? Like, seriously. Like, do you not understand how fucking, like... First of all, like, let's just call a spade a spade. Like, this is literally just you being racist. Like, not just racist, but this is just fucking moronic. Like, this isn't even like a character race swap thing. This is literally you just complaining about a new character being introduced as a black little girl. Yeah. That's just you being racist. I don't know what else I could really tell you. I'm not racist, guys. My favorite Boondog character is Uncle Ruckus. I still can't get over that. That's so fucking funny, bro. The Mr. Krabs and Uncle Ruckus thing is just comical.
For the diversity, folks, there must be a point where this hurts the cause more than it helps it. And this video isn't just about the new race.
Again, every single person I've seen that talked about the fucking reboot of the Fairly Odd Parents, they say it's a good show. Like, I've literally seen nothing but praise for it. I haven't seen it, and I don't want to watch it because I don't give a fuck about watching it, but literally every single person I have seen talk about that show, a show that everybody expected to be horrible. Okay? Literally everybody, including myself, was like, can they just let this fucking franchise die already? Like, this franchise is dead, it's buried, whatever. They make the reboot, and literally I see nothing but praise for that reboot. Like, I've yet to see someone make a rant or a criticism of the reboot. So what's the fucking problem? It's not like they only made Tina Turner black over here just for the wokey points or the SJW points. You know, they clearly tried to make another an entertaining kids cartoon that a new generation, I guess, of Fairly Odd Parents fans could get behind or some shit. What the fuck is the problem? Like, what the fuck, bro? Like, seriously. To be fair, Ruckus was one of the best characters. Bro literally pulled I have black friends card, but instead it's fucking cartoon character. And the funny thing is, he uses Uncle Ruckus and Mr. Krabs as examples of his racial black friends, you know?
Swapping phenomenon, but it's an extremely prevalent symptom of a large without any other significant pitches for change. I mean, for the diversity, folks, there must be a point where this hurts the cause more than it helps it.
Again, no, it doesn't. Literally every single person I've seen talk about this show has talked about it in a positive light. They could be spouting shit for all I know, because I haven't seen this show, nor do I want to see it. But yeah, Stop complaining. You know what? If there's one thing I'll say about this show that I do like just by looking at the clips, I like the animation style. It's actually really, really nice. It's not a 2D animated cartoon, but it doesn't look CGI either. It looks like a nice little mix. Yeah, I like this style a lot. It's very, very appealing to me. I like it. That's literally the only thing I'll say about this cartoon because I have not seen a single episode of it, so I don't care.
This video isn't just about the new race swapping phenomenon, but it's an extremely prevalent symptom of a larger issue, which ties into the lack of respect for staying faithful to the original property.
See, him using the Velma cartoon makes sense, I guess, because I've seen literally nobody, like literally nobody on the internet or whatever has ever praised that cartoon, and pretty much everybody says this cartoon sucks. You know? Like, if you're using that cartoon as your example, okay, that makes sense, I guess, right? But, again, the Fairly OddParents cartoon, not really. It just doesn't work for that. You sound familiar. Are you Megatube TV?
Butch Hartman wants Timmy to be raised in gender swap.
Wait, that's Butch Hartman? Are you fucking serious? Is that really Butch Hartman? I mean, I guess I see it now. Dude, that mustache really threw me off. I thought this was someone else.
Just about the new race swapping phenomenon, but it's an extremely prevalent symptom of a larger issue, which ties into the lack of respect for staying faithful to the original property. Maybe Butch Hartman wants Timmy to be raised and gender swapped, which is why he had—
Again, this is literally you just complaining about a black little girl as your main character of a cartoon. Like, this is just fucking absurd. Also, who the fuck cares what Butch Hartman wants? He's not even the creator of the show, no? Like, why does that fucking matter? Velma is horrible, to be fair, but I'm tired of hearing about it. True, it has 2 seasons because these people won't stop watching and talking about it. That is true. That is true.
has absolutely no direct involvement in the creative department of the project. I find that—
Yeah, he doesn't even work for Nickelodeon. Wait, what the fuck? Wait, hold up.
ties into the lack of respect for staying faithful to the original property. Maybe Butch Hartman wants Timmy to be raised and gender swapped, which is why he has absolutely no direct involvement in the creative department of the project. I find that unlikely. It's absolutely—
Like, the guy doesn't even work for Nickelodeon anymore. What the fuck? Like, it doesn't matter if... That's just fucking moronic. Like, you just sound like an idiot. Like, what? You're complaining about Butch Hartman not having input in the show? He doesn't work for Nickelodeon anymore. Like, he doesn't work for them, bro. Okay? He doesn't own the show. He doesn't work for Nickelodeon anymore. Therefore, whatever Nickelodeon wants to do with the fucking franchise, that's their business. And again, from the looks of it, every single person I've seen literally on the internet has praised that show. I've yet to see someone criticize it. I'm not trying to sound like a simp for the show just to shit on this guy. If the show sucks, the show sucks. Like, that's a different fucking argument altogether. But what I am saying is that I've seen literally nothing but people online praising the cartoon when everyone thought the cartoon was gonna be awful. Like, literally every single person on the internet, myself included, thought the cartoon was gonna be horrible and we wanted the fucking Fairly OddParents franchise to just fucking die already, right? But guess what? The show came out and people on the internet seem to have really enjoyed it. Like, I've seen nothing but praise for it. Let's see here. Puts a mustache on Butch. Oh my god, that's Butch. That's funny. I disagree. Hate watching alone doesn't carry a show. A lot of people watch Velma probably aren't that deep into social media. I used to watch your old channel back. Sorry, I had to burp there. Wait, one more time. Here you go, guys. That's my little gift for y'all. I used to watch your old channel back in the day. Good times. I appreciate it, man. I can hate watch a movie, but definitely not an entire show. True. Cartoon reviewers are the kings of hate watching. That's doubly true, Mr. Man.
Insulting to ruin a person's original vision of a character just because people want to see themselves on screen.
Well, again, what the fuck? Who gives a fuck what Butch Hartman has to think? Also, I guarantee you, if I was to ask Butch Hartman this, he legitimately probably does not give a shit. Like, at all. I guarantee you he doesn't. Again, he doesn't work for Nickelodeon anymore. Like, they are allowed to do whatever he doesn't work for Nickelodeon anymore, and Nickelodeon owns the rights to the show. They are allowed to do with the show whatever the fuck they want with it. The only thing Butch Hartman did was create it. But guess what? He created it. He went to work in Nickelodeon, though, because obviously, to be an animator, you need funding from an animation company. That's just how shit works. What the fuck are you complaining about? This is literally nonsensical. And again, I guarantee you, Butch Hartman would not give a shit about the main character of the Fairly Odd Parents being black. I guarantee you he would not care. Unless he has said something online that shows otherwise. And if he did, somebody in the chat let me know. But I guarantee you he does not give a shit. Butch has been talking about the show on social media, wondering if people have watched it. Maybe it's a front to hide his true feelings, but as far as we know, Butch is chill about the show. Boom! There you go. That's it. Butch Hartman isn't a fucking racist idiot. There's no evidence to assume that he's like a racist guy. He's just a fucking animator. Like, who gives a fuck? Grown adult cartoon reviewers unironically watch literal baby shows like Bluey and praise it as deep when it's really not. True! I haven't seen Bluey, but that wouldn't surprise me if that was true.
Absolutely no direct involvement in the creative department of the project. I find that unlikely. It's absolutely insulting to ruin a person's original vision of a character just because people want to see themselves on screen.
Well, it's not really ruining when, again, every single person online... I know I made this point like 40 billion times, but it bears repeating. Every single person online has done nothing but praise the cartoon. Like, you're just spouting shit. Butch probably is involved in the reboot in some way. He's credited as executive producer in the show, and the logo for his production company appears in the credits. So yeah, like, if that's the case, then this guy's spouting even more bigger fucking nonsense then. If Butch Hartman is a fucking executive creator of that cartoon, then he's worked on the show. This video is fucking nonsense. Like, this is... What? Like, what the fuck? Oh my god. I haven't seen Bluey because you're you're quoting me. I haven't seen Bluey because you're a grown-ass fan, LMAO. Of course not. True! Yeah, but like, if Butch Hartman is literally an executive producer... and he's worked on the show, then yeah, he clearly doesn't give a shit at all. You're just being a racist. Like, I don't know how else I can really say it. You just don't want a black girl as your main character. Just be honest. Don't really care about the Bluey cartoon, but I did see a reference of Vinny or Joel from Vinesauce on Twitter. I think Butch is just an advisor or something. I don't think he's super hands-on. An executive producer is not just an advisor. I'm very confident. Now, I don't know how the animation industry works, okay? So maybe I'm just completely wrong on this, but I'm pretty sure an executive producer has to be very hands-on with the animators, with the writers, with a lot of like what's actually going on. Like, I don't think it's just, hey, this is what I think the show should be about. Like, I'm pretty sure Butch Hartman is, if he's an executive producer, he's pretty well involved with the show. Again, I could be completely wrong on that, but my understanding was that an EP is actually has a lot of like stuff they have to do with the show. Again, that's my understanding, right? Wasn't Fred Seibert credited as an EP as well? He's definitely isn't hands-on with it. Can somebody in the chat just tell me, like, what the fuck does an EP do? I mean, either way, this point is delusional. Like, this guy doesn't really give a fuck about whether or not Butch Hartman cares or not. This guy is just a racist. Like, let's just cut the bullshit, right?
These people are too uncreative to create their own original stories, so they need to ruin existing stuff to be able to call themselves inclusive and hip with the times. It's absolutely also
like he's literally just spilling it out right there.
People want to see themselves on screen. These people are too uncreative to create their own original stories, so they need to ruin existing stuff to be able to call themselves inclusive and hip with the times.
Ruin existing stuff to be called inclusive. Again, like this is just him being racist. Like, I don't know what else I can say. He's just upset about a new Fairly Odd Parents cartoon having a black little girl as the main character as opposed to another white little boy, right? Yeah, I mean, this is just him being racist. I don't know what else I can really say. Also, like, by the way, if they did make a Fairly Odd Parents cartoon with a white little boy as the main character, I wouldn't give a shit. Just making that point clear. But the point I am making is that you shouldn't give a shit if it is a black girl, right? Like, it shouldn't fucking matter to you. If the writing is good and the characters are good and the show is good, then why the fuck does it matter? Like, you're just being a racist. An executive producer basically oversees production. Can I get something a little bit more specific than that? What exactly do they do? Like, they handle things like funding? Okay, yeah, see, that makes sense. So they don't work on the show, but they're part of, like, so are they like the marketing guys, like the guys who do the marketing for the show and handled like the funding and assist the animators in getting like equipment and stuff? Okay, that makes sense. Think of them as like a work manager. Okay. Well, even if that's all what Butch Hartman does, the fact that he's willing to do that for this show shows that he clearly like wants the show to succeed. Therefore, he doesn't have a problem with the main character being black, which is literally the point I've been making. Like, this isn't a point to disagree with. Bluey seems fine. I've seen too many well-adjusted adults online that have no man-child tendencies enjoy the show. It's mainly just parents noticing some smart writing, that's all. Executive producer often goes hand in hand with being the showrunner. Showrunner role is the more hands-on creative side of managing a show. Okay, that makes sense.
This absolutely also hinders the story and episode quality, as the main selling...
Literally how? How is it that her being black ruins the stories or the characters or anything? I get it, you clearly don't like black people, but, like, come on.
People are too uncreative to create their own original stories, so they need to ruin existing stuff to be able to call themselves inclusive and hip with the times. This absolutely also hinders the story and episode quality, as the main selling point here is the obvious element that's right in front of us, but no one's allowed to acknowledge it for some reason. I mean, watch a single episode of
Well, yeah, because the way you're acknowledging it is just you complaining about it, complaining about a black little girl as the main character. Like, that's why people are upset. Not that, like, nobody will ever get upset at a person being like, oh, hey, the new Fairly Odd Parents cartoon has a black little girl as the main character. That's pretty cool. I like that. Like, literally no one, like, yeah, that person is clearly acknowledging the obvious elephant in the room. But guess what? Nobody will ever get upset with that person because That person just sees it as something cool and interesting and not something to complain about. Whereas you, on the other hand, legitimately think that a black little girl as your main character of a fucking shitty cartoon is like the end of the fucking world, and it ruins the entire cartoon and it destroys the original creator's vision or some bullshit. Like, come on. Give me a fucking break, dude. Dude, Hatchet Man, literally some fucking guy in my chat was literally like, you should react to this dude's video because it's just a guy spouting racist shit. And I was trying so hard to give this guy the benefit of the doubt watching this video. But no, it's literally just him spouting a racist rant about him not wanting to see black characters in cartoons. It's fucking absurd.
Rise, A New Wish, Patrick Star, or Camp Coral, and you'll see that. Even those shows are unfaithful to the source material. It's not just about the race swapping issue. Being unfaithful has different forms.
Wait. Race swapping in fucking SpongeBob? Literally how? This was the same fucking moron who had Mr. Krabs as like an example of like a racially diverse character that he enjoys, right? Is this guy really applying race to fucking SpongeBob? Why the fuck do these cartoon reviewers do this? There's nothing race related with SpongeBob at all. Squidward is a squid. SpongeBob is a sponge. Patrick is a star. Sandy is a fucking squirrel. Like, fuck off. Fuck off. Seriously, fuck off. Like, you just sound insane. Also, some people are messaging me. Alright, let's respond to the rest of this fucking nonsense. Synthetic Man is definitely the most openly racist reviewer on YouTube. Bro, what did I miss? Oswald Antifreeze, old Mega Dupe is back. Oh, that's funny. Tuttered Boast, they're sea creatures. They don't have human skin color because they're not humans. How can anyone be this dumb? The Blarney Stone, oh no, this guy. Hatchet Man, people on the internet apply race to non-human characters all the time. Yeah, and it's fucking absurd. It's genuinely absurd. You sound psychotic doing this.
Shows are unfaithful to the source material. It's not just about the race swapping issue. Being unfaithful has different forms, and the reason I focus on that issue is because it's the most prevalent at this point in time. Maybe 10 years ago, the discussion was about a completely different form of unfaithfulness. Still, some shows suffer from that. I mentioned SpongeBob, there are plenty of other examples. I just despise seeing a person's work be disrespected when they likely sacrificed like hell to turn into a reality. And some studio exec can just demand a reboot of it for ratings, and completely change the original character into something just to appeal to the bandwagon. Live action.
Wow, yeah. Companies want to make money. What a fucking surprise. Do you really think companies give a shit? This is like such a moronic, like, man-child, like, criticism. Like, oh my, the creator's work is getting disrespected. Like, literally no one gives a shit.
Audition and skill level determine who gets the role, and that would be fair, but it's totally different with an animated character made of pixels, although even that's under question these days when the new Snow White or Ariel can't even sing, but are preferred over tons of other actors. I don't know, am I crazy?
Let me guess, is it because they're black? I'm not pulling any punches with this fucking moron. Like, he's kind of like spilled the game away. Like, he clearly doesn't like the Fairly Odd Parents character or show just because the main character in it is like a black girl. Like, that's literally the only reason why.
I feel like I'm living in the Emperor's New Clothes. People just disagree with this because it's the right thing to say or whatever, but most people would probably agree with these common sense points deep down. When a character
No, I literally don't, and I'm making a fucking response to this, tearing your arguments apart bit by bit, because I'm a fucking legend, guys. I'm a fucking legend. It's reached a point that the cartoon community, the Blarney Stone, it's reached a point that the cartoon community is so hated that even cartoon reviewers are piling on each other now. Dude, remember what I've always said on my streams and on my channels and everything. Have you guys noticed that every single person that I trashed on back in the day, okay, or every single community I've trashed on back in the day, notice how those people who I chat on, they either A, became, like, turned out to be completely horrible pieces of shit. B, people on the internet realize how dumb they actually are, and they become, maybe not lolcows, but bandwagons online. Or C, both. Okay? Do you really think it's a fucking coincidence? Do you guys remember how much hate I got back in the day when I used to shit on all these cartoon reviewing dipshits? And now guess what? There's people shitting on these cartoon reviewers consistently now. Kevin is Marshall Mathers and Megadupe is Slim Shady. The Blarney Stone, the closest we had to that was Mars and Avis in 2017. Damn, that was already 7 years ago. That's wild. I don't know, you guys, the Megadupe era I bro over. What? No offense, Viper, but you kind of chatted like a fucking idiot there. I'm sorry. Like, I literally had no idea what you were trying to say. I say that with love, not with hate. Keep that in mind. Ask Air's worst nightmare: a black female, Muslim black character. Yeah, or main character. Yeah, that's dude, this guy is actually insane. It's crazy.
is good, race shouldn't matter, nor should the new spin you put on the character, whether it's a gimmicky change in the age, the gender, the design more broadly,
Wait, hold up.
or their persona and attitude in a large points deep down. When a character is good, race shouldn't matter, nor should
Well, here's the thing. You don't believe that. You really don't believe that argument of if a character is good, if a character is good, then the race doesn't matter. Like, you don't believe that, okay? If you did believe that, you wouldn't have spent, like, 3 minutes literally ranting about the main character from that show being a black little girl. I'm not letting this fucking I almost said retard. I shouldn't say that word. I almost let this fucking moron, I'm not letting this fucking moron get away with that, because that's genuinely fucking disturbing to me.
the new spin you put on the character, whether it's a gimmicky change in the age, the gender.
A gimmicky change in the age? How the fuck is an age change gimmicky? Like, if you have first off, if you have like a show that has like the main character growing up or something, that's not a reboot. That's a spin-off, right? Unless it was clearly supposed to be a completely different show with brand new stories that are not related to the original. More likely than not, that's a fucking spin-off. Okay, it's a sequel. And what else did he fucking say? Age? Like, how the fuck is that gimmicky?
Race shouldn't matter, nor should the new spin you put on the character, whether it's a gimmicky change in the age.
Again, age isn't gimmicky.
The gender.
Gender can be gimmicky, but it really depends on the context.
The design more broadly.
Design more broadly. What the fuck does that even mean? Like, what? Like, okay, so if you make a reboot of a show and you have a character wearing different clothes, I mean, yeah, that's a fucking change in their design. Is that a problem now? Like, what the fuck? What does that even fucking mean? This guy's a fucking moron, bro. It's actually insane how much nonsense he's spouting. Like, I went into this video trying to be, like, as nice and as chill as I can be, but literally, nonsense after fucking nonsense. I just cannot, like, I literally cannot take this video seriously anymore. Like, what? Like, design more Hatchet Man, or let me read the entire chat. I'm missing some people in the chat. Viper Vulcan, Mega Dupe era is Brover, a combination of bro and over, lol. The Mr. Man, the Mega Dupe curse needs to be studied. True! Hatchet Man, design more broadly. Maybe he wants all female characters to be sexualized or something, if I had to guess. That, you know, that's probably it. That really is probably the why he's saying that. He probably is alluding to the fact when he says design more broadly that he wants to see I hate saying it like this because it's fucking disgusting. He wants to see fucking fat material in like a cartoon or whatever. Like, that's probably why he's saying that. Otherwise, if he's not trying to say that, which again, I'm pulling no punches. This guy's a piece of shit. That's what I think he's trying to say. But even if he's not trying to say that, the design more broadly is something so fucking broad and vague that it means literally nothing. Like,
their persona and attitude in a larger sense.
A persona and attitude? Like, yeah, if it's a fucking reboot, the characters aren't gonna act the same, you fucking moron. Like, what the... Like, what? I'm looking at the video in the sidebar, how DEI ruined Western video games, and I cringe so hard. Any American weeb who refers to their own country as the West are embarrassments to their parents. Oh, Mr. Man, that was golden. That was funny.
Things like the Lion King remake piss me off because they clearly capitalized on this and it worked by turning one of the greatest animated films in the 90s into a National Geographic documentary with the occasional reminder that it is in fact a Lion King reboot. When they're more faithful.
Wow, they made it into a National Geographic movie because it's a live action movie. Even though the gimmick is literally that it's because it's live action. What a fucking surprise.
To the source material like Cinderella or Beauty and the Beast, it doesn't bother me as much. But I don't think Rob Minkoff and Roger
The Beauty and the Beast live action remake wasn't even that good though. Like, and I did watch it. It was like, it was pretty shit. Like, come on. How DEI gave me erectile dysfunction. What? Oh, that's funny.
Fowlers crafted the 94 masterpiece with their own hands, just to expect it to get a live-action CG remake when it's pretty much 100% animation, but portraying real animals for some reason. God, it's all so stupid. Anyway, can't wait to see a Static Shock or Spawn movie, and while they're at it, it wouldn't hurt to race swap one more movie, would it? Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed it, be sure to like and subscribe and follow.
Well, fuck you too. That video was fucking awful. It's just... I tried so hard being as nice as I could coming into this, but the mask just coming off made me realize I can't. This guy's just a racist. I mean, I don't know what else I can really say. This is wildly embarrassing, dude. I don't know who this guy is, but true. Bro thinks Timmy Turner turned into a black woman. Next thing you know, he's going to say they turned Finn and Jake into females in the new Fiona and Cake series. True. This guy is so mad over Tina Turner over there. I never saw Blade as a black character or Cyborg or Gerald or Static Shock. Bro might be stupid. Yeah, wait, that's what he said, right?
Well, no, playing Apu in The Simpsons because he has absolutely time.
Hold up.
That video gives a lot more nuance to fans of the old property. You can't just say you're delivering something new for the current generation while mention how they I do. It's almost like actors. Oh, so if a Vietnamese person has
Where the fuck did he say that? It's right here, yeah.
Borg or Gerald, a Static Shock. A lot of my
Yeah, it's right there. That's what he said.
a
Hold on.
bunch of false outrage for a non-issue no one genuinely cares about. When everything is racial, that's the only thing I can see when watching. I never saw Blade as a black character, or Cyborg or Gerald a Static Shock.
Yeah, that is what he fucking said. I never saw Blade, Cyborg, Static Shock, or Gerald as black characters. Are you fucking blind? What race are they supposed to be? They're obviously black. Like, what? Like, that's such a nonsensical thing to say. It's actually insane.
A lot of my favorite characters are
The most charitable interpretation I have with that nonsense statement is, I think what he was trying to say was that he never just saw them as like black characters, right? Like he never looked at like Cyborg and thought to himself, that's just another black character. He said that he liked Cyborg a lot as a character, that he looked beyond race. You know? That's probably what he was trying to say. The problem is that it's such a nonsensical way of saying it that you just sound moronic, right? Like, a lot of people sometimes forget that how you structure your fucking rants and shit also matter. Like, I think he means that their race doesn't define their character, which also applies to Tina Turner. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, just like what I said. Yeah. Hatchet Man, I never saw Sonic as a hedgehog. The same thing applies to the MC of the FOP reboot. Yeah, exactly. Like, this is nonsense. Y'all are just here to read the comments. No, I actually responded to this video. This video is sad. Oh my god. Blood watched New Wish with his eyes and ears closed. Kind of crazy how someone can be so opinionated about a show they clearly didn't pay any attention to. Whole video basically boiled down to, why is the main character black now? This is so embarrassing, man. And it's racist. Like, let's just call a spade a spade. It's racist. Saying Hazel is race swap Timmy Turner. Wait, that's her name? Hazel? Okay. We know her name now. Saying Hazel... Tina Turner was kind of funny, though. Saying Hazel is race swapped Timmy Turner is the equivalent of saying Blue Beetle is a race swapped Iron Man. Is the equivalent of saying Blue Beetle is a race swapped Iron Man, or Miles Morales is a race swapped Peter Parker. Is downright embarrassing and asinine on so many levels. Agree? Not seeing or acknowledging a black character as black is not an informed position. For examples, there is a ton about Static that relates to his blackness. Milestone Comics, where Static was created, was made to address the lack of minority representation in comics. There was even an episode of the Static Shock show where Richie's dad was straight up racist to Virgil because he was black. I remember this episode too. Like, this... Static is black, and it does matter. True. Yeah, that's actually a really good point. Like, in the case of Static Shock, like, okay, Cyborg. No, it's not. You can't even make that argument for Cyborg either, because a lot of the character, and I remember this because I remember rewatching fucking Teen Titans a lot a couple of years ago. But a lot of Cyborg's character is literally based upon the idea that he cannot fit in within human society because of the fact that he's like a bunch of machinery. And there have been some times in the show where they just straight up like hint it's also because of his race. Like, that was the idea behind him, right? So you can't even make that argument for Cyborg either. With Static, yeah, it definitely matters too. Like, him being black isn't just him being black. Like, it actually had like, there was in the show, there was, like, a reason for him being black and, like, his, and it led to, like, an actual plot point, you know? Maybe Butch Hartman wants Timmy to race swap because he has no direct involvement in the project. Maybe it's better to leave the guy who traced Ranma in the dust. What about you guys? I don't know what that is. Bro burnt the food in the kitchen and still thought he was cooking. Bro, I'm sorry. This, like, modern slang is so fucking bad, bro. Like, it's rubbing off on me too. Like, I hear this moronic, asinine slang so much now that I'm starting to use it and it makes me upset. It's so bad. Saying Hazel is just a rape swap. Rape. I almost said rape swapped. Race swapped. Timmy is just disingenuous, racist even. It's not even that I disagree with what you're saying. It's just flat out wrong. That is true. Like, this guy isn't just saying something that's, like, a different opinion. He's just saying shit that's incorrect. Even if there isn't a reason for a character being black, who gives a fuck? Yeah, exactly. This is just him being racist. Hazel serves purposes similar to Timmy. That is, a child who gets fairy godparents to grant wishes for them. But just because Hazel is the protagonist in place of Timmy doesn't mean that she can be compared to him as a character, even if they share similar narrative structure. She is very different compared to Timmy. The closest character I would compare Timmy to is Dev Dimmadome. Don't know who that is. Also, I just gotta say, the amount of people in the comment section right now defending Hazel proves my point that the show is a lot, I don't want to say better because, again, I haven't seen the show, but there's a lot more to it than just them trying to milk the Fairly Odd Parents. Like, they actually put care into trying to make, like, a new show built around the same premise. Bro is not cooking. Fuck off. Seriously, I'm downvoting this comment. Just for that nonsense fucking slang, I'm gonna downvote your fucking comment. So the other day I had an epiphany. I think that was a stroke. Okay, that was kind of funny. Claims Hazel is a race swap female Timmy Turner. Viewers, nice argument. Why don't you back it up with a source? My source is that I made it the fuck up. That's funny. Misinformation. Steven didn't see spin-offs when the show was happening around season 5 and 6, but he actually accepted Camp Coral before his passing. Is that true? Wait, for real? This is like a fucking common, this is like a common thing that a lot of morons on the internet like to say whenever they complain about, like, the SpongeBob reboots, that Steven Hillenburg did not approve of his show being rebooted. If that's true, then that completely shits all over that narrative. That's actually insane to me. A lot of my favorite characters are people with various ethnicities and racial tone. Shows a picture of Uncle Ruckus. Yeah, that was so fucking asinine. I never saw Cyborg as a black character. Define black character, I dare you. Bro, again, the way he said it, like, I understand what he was trying to say, me giving the most charitable interpretation, but the way he said it was so nonsensical that people are just making fun of him for it now. Hazel is a way different character than Timmy, from Timmy, and she is not a race swap Timmy. Get the fuck out. I mean, I'm just gonna assume what this guy is saying is true. Unfaithfulness to the original. When the show was faithful to the original, everyone hated it. I don't know if that's true. I don't really care. Did I just time travel to the 2016 cartoon era? This man really went from being some Ben 10... This man really went from being some Ben 10 fanboy that nobody really pays attention to, summoning the entire cartoon community with a terribly made video impressive. The fact that 3 separate YouTubers came here to dunk on your videos is nuts. Well, I guess you can add another YouTuber to that list because I'm making fun of it right now. Timmy and Hazel don't even share the same personality, bro. You can't run from the racism allegations after this. It's over. P.S. There's no way you're actually mad that Butch Hartman, the one that ruined the first series, has nothing to do with the first one. I mean, yeah, that is true, actually. Again, seeing everyone in the comment section defend Hazel, quote unquote, kind of proves my point that I've been making like a billion times. This has to be satire. He literally listed Mr. Krabs as one of the racially diverse characters he likes. Yeah, that is true. I never saw Blade as a black character or Cyborg or Gerald or Static Shock. I think bro might be borderline stupid. Bro, no one in the comment section is letting him down on this. This is hilarious, bro. Alright, I think I'm done reading the comment section below. Yeah, that video was fucking awful. Like, whoever recommended it to me, congratulations, you temporarily got old Megadupe for a bit. So good job. Didn't think you would get old Megadupe in 2024. But good job. You did it. Whoever that was. I forgot who it was. I feel like both this show and the Oh Yeah cartoon shorts had more cares put into them in the OG series than in its later years. True. See someone using cooking. Kevin Ree meant to put all of this in one comment. LOL. Yeah, Steve knew about Camp Coral. The reason people say he hated it is because of an interview from 2009 where he said he didn't see any spin-offs being made, which was 9 years before his death. LOL. Yeah, like, seriously. Both Vincent Whaler and Dave Cunningham retracted their statements about Steve knowing about Camp Coral, but Steven never said he hated spin-offs. He said he didn't see them. Hatchet Man, either way, the people saying he would have hated it are putting words in a dead man's mouth. Yeah, that is true, actually. Like, in a way, that's a good point. Like, these people are literally trying to shit on a cartoon by exploiting the reputation of an animator that's, like, been dead for a few years now. Like, that's just a shitty thing to do. Like, criticize the show on its own merits. Yeah, I've seen the show and Hazel is a lot nicer and less selfish than Timmy. That's what every single person I've seen online has praised the show. Like, they've said the show is good. I want to see the DEI video games one. Look, maybe next time. I'm tired and I want to go to sleep. It's like I'm watching an old Mega Dupe commentary. Yo, Kevin, you're a poopy head. I kind of understand where Timmy's selfishness is coming from. The first 3 seasons were almost up there with CatDog and mean-spiritedness, quote unquote. All right. Well, congrats. You guys got your wish. A Mega Dupe commentary in 2024. Anyways, I'm gonna rename this stream to that showcases that I responded to this guy, but I think it's time for me to end the stream because I'm actually really fucking exhausted. It's yeah, that video is a fucking mess, but I'm gonna exploit this for views because I'm a what's the word? I'm a parasite. Yeah, I'm a parasite. Alright. Ah, fuck. It's too long. God dang it. There you go. Alright, there's a new title right there. Anyways, I'm going to end off the stream now. Thank you guys for watching. I've been streaming for 3 hours now. You guys have a good night. I really hope you guys enjoyed the stream. You guys got old Mega Dupe for a night. So, good job. You guys really somehow managed to do it, but good job. I'm going to go to sleep now. You guys have a good night.